Hey loves, and thanks for tuning back in to Shashawna XOXO. We have a extendo going on, you guys. I double tipped for the first time, and I wanted to take you guys along with me. Now I'm just going to show you guys how I file up my tip, and I'll be right back. And this is why I say you guys have to be super careful about filing. Did you see how I was filing in that particular spot? Well, right now I have a hole right there in my nail tip. Right there. Okay? And I'm not wasting that tip. I'm going to just keep it on there. And keep in mind when I'm doing my application that there is a hole right there. And I'm going to use the Polygel, and I'm going to mold around that little missing section, and you guys will definitely see what I'm talking about. So I know that I am out of focus. I'm not doing nothing right, but I want to still show you guys that shape, you guys. Like, you don't understand. And then I get to drilling. So I always use a zebra sanding band, and I just go over the tip and the natural nail. I'll be back when I'm needed. Okay guys, as you guys can see, I am starting to shape up the sides with my zebra band. I particularly love shaping with my e-file. You guys definitely do not have to do this. It's definitely optional. I just feel like that when I go over the sides, it just gives it a crisper look. And that's what I'm all about. Okay? Okay, loves. So right here, I'm just going to show you guys the base gel that I'm using today. It's Foundation by Beetles. You can find them on Amazon. I'm going to definitely link everything below. I might even create a Amazon list so you guys can just definitely buy some of the products that I like and see if you like them for yourself. Okay, but anyways, I'm just applying a thin layer of the base gel onto the nail, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw that into the lamp for about 90 seconds. Okay guys, I thought I would take a few moments while this finger was curing to show you guys some of the products that I use. Okay, so the first product that I use is definitely Polygel, and it's coming right here. Okay, so I use the nail extension gel. That was in violet. This one is in orange, and I also had this Greenwich Polygel in the number 5. That came in a kit. All of those came in a kit. Okay, KDS nail glue come through, yes. And I also use an 8080 grit file. I know I didn't show you guys it, but it's definitely linked down below. And I'm gonna wait until this nail is done. Okay, loves, we have a freshly cured base gel on our practice finger, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab all of our essentials, which is our dampen dish, 70, 80, or 90% alcohol. And you also want to make sure that you keep the top on your alcohol so you can keep your alcohol strong. So do not forget to seal up your alcohol. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a brush. I do not have a preference when it comes to polygel brushes. I just use whatever brush they give me in the kits, and it is good with me. All I know is that when they get old, sis, just throw them away and buy a new one, or get a new kit and get a new one. Okay, so I just grabbed a small bead of polygel, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but I did dip my spatula into the alcohol to slice it off easier. I always get the bubbles out of my brush as well, and it's just really out of habit, but I do believe that it does have an effect on how you apply your product. Okay, so I know I'm not in focus right now, but I am just literally patting and pulling the product, and then I also backstroke the product too, while I'm also patting the sides and keeping that shape. Also, throughout the clip, you're going to see that I'm going to thin out that piece of polygel that is facing towards the cuticle, just because it makes your ombre look flawless and neat. I'll be back when I'm needed. Okay, loves, I did speed up this part, but I'm just going to show you guys again that I am just patting and pulling, cleaning up those sides, making sure that I'm thinning out the tip of the nail and backstroking to ensure leveling is correct. So that way when you look at it from the side, it isn't uneven. Okay, so you just want to pull off that bulk. As you guys see, I'm just pulling off that bulk, stroking it back. Whatever I feel like I needed to do to that nail, I did it. Okay. Okay, loves, so I'm going to continue to backstroke this nail, and I got it literally where I like it, and I'm going to throw it right into my UV LED lamp, and I'll be right back when it's done. Boop. Okay, y'all, we are almost done, and I'm just waiting for myself to pull it out any second now, any second. Okay, here we go. So she is nice and fresh. You guys see that face? Oh, look at that. Ooh, perfect. Okay, guys, you're going to be super mad, but I did not get a recording of me placing my small orange ball onto my nail. But as you guys can see, I did get a head start and started pulling it. But you guys can definitely see that I'm pulling, patting, keeping the sides neat. And I'm going to let you guys continue watching. Okay, guys, right here I want to pay some attention because I wanted you guys to see that my brush is really wet, and I want you guys to see how I'm fading the orange into the purple. You just want to make sure that you have a very nice thin layer, and you see how my purple was literally thin too, so they just literally melted into each other. Okay, I ain't gonna say literally again, but you guys literally, you guys can see me pulling the polygel from underneath the nail. Everything, look here, we got some ankles in here. We got some ankles, y'all. Okay, okay. Backstroking, as you guys can also tell, but do not kill me because we are working on it. But you guys can see that backstroking is helping to level out that polygel, and I also like to pat, pull, and backstroke. Just interchange it, repetitions, whatever gets you motivated to backstroke and forward stroke. But you guys see that? You guys see that? And then you guys see me also backstroking the tip, and I also push that brush down into that polygel, and I literally pull it off because it's too much, and we also need room at our cuticles for the next ombre. Okay. So I went ahead and got a piece of paper towel and got some alcohol on it, and I literally cleaned up right where the cuticle bead is going to be, and I'm going to throw it into the lamp, and we're done with that. Okay, y'all, now that the polygel is cured, I'm going to pull it out of the lamp, and we're going to get on to the next phase of this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Oh my goodness. And then I also am going to grab my Garnish Polygel in that 005, and I'm going to just grab a small bead, show you guys a small bead again, and I slice it off and I put it right at the cuticle. Okay. And I made sure that I was in a part where you guys can see. Okay, I wanted you guys to see this part. Okay, so literally patting, pulling, and pulling, and keeping those sides clean. That is the best advice I could give you guys, seriously. And then we're gonna just pull that polygel right on up, and I'm using the body of the brush to flatten out where the cuticles will be. So I'm literally making it super flush to the nail, making it look as real, as natural as it possibly can. That is the whole purpose of nail extensions, for them to look natural and to fade and to just be, look at that, you guys. That is gorgeous, super pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off my brush and do some, okay, this is what I wanted to make sure you guys see, was polygel likes to stick on your brush sometimes, okay? And it can be a struggle. So I'm going to continue to pull and pat and make sure that that ombre is really thin and really nicely transitioning into the orange. And then the orange is transitioning into the purple, and it's all seamless. I also showed you guys how thin the nail was. Okay, you guys are going to have to encapsulate a type of design like this, in my opinion, because you don't want to use a whole bunch of polygel, and you also want to make sure that you protect your design by just capping off with some clear. So I'm going to throw that into the oven, okay? Leave that in there for 90 seconds, and we're going to come right back when we're done. Okay, loves, thanks for waiting patiently. I'm going to use my card clear, and that is 001. And I'm going to just go ahead, grab my finger. I'm showing you guys how thin it is again. And I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze up a good amount of polygel. Up. Yeah, you guys always do not forget to spray. I just like to make sure that once I'm applying my polygel, especially my like clear polygel or whatever that encapsulate, I like a nice non-tacky kind of layer, because I want that polygel to create that tacky for me. And that's literally how I do it, okay? And I'm gonna also show you guys that I'm not really using a lot of alcohol when I'm doing this. I kind of want my brush to be a good combination of wet but also not too wet, so like a medium type of wetness. Okay, just swipe off alcohol 2 to 3 times, and then I feel like that is enough of alcohol on your brush, because you also want to pat and pull and make sure that you're forming the polygel the way it needs to be formed. And you guys see that when I need the polygel to move easier, you see how I went back into the alcohol and I literally dipped it in there real quick and it came out. Those are the things I want you guys to pay attention to. Okay? And then I'm patting and pulling. You see that you can literally pat and pull everything into place. And you always remember, you want the apex to be thicker. You want the tip to be thinner. And you want the cuticles to be nice and flush and thin as well. And here I go with the backstroking. You guys know backstroking saves lives, okay? You just want to go ahead and swipe back. It's just going to, like I said, continue to make that nail really even. But you see, you can create a problem at the cuticle. And you do not want cuticle action, because cuticle action means lifting, okay? No. But I'm sorry I was not in angle. But I'm going to show you how the nail looks encapsulated with the clear. Looked really good, you guys. And then I'm just going ahead, and I went ahead and just cleaning up any of the sides that need to be cleaned up. Clean up that top again. Make sure that it's nice and smooth. You should be able to glide your brush right over that clear. It should be so smooth from the back stroking. You want to just throw that in the lamp for about another 90 seconds. And then take it out, and let's get started when it's time again. Okay, loves, I'm going to go in real quick with a small bead of clear again. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw that on the apex right there. It was still a little thin to me, so I needed to add a little bit more just to bring that thickness right where it needed to be. That is a very small, modest bead, and I'm just placing it right in the apex area, right in between the free edge of your nail and literally where the extension starts to get super long. Okay, just making sure that's built up, so if she hits her nail, it will not break. If your nails are too thin with no apex, they will literally snap. Okay, so you want to always build this apex. And I'm going to let you guys watch me pat and boo. Okay, you guys see that I am going ahead and backstroke this nail, and I want to concentrate right in that area, you guys, because that is where the natural nail and the nail extension meets. So you want to make sure that that area is nice and thick, by all means necessary. Okay, and I'm going to go in with my spatula side and go ahead and straighten up those ends. Make sure they're nice and crisp, just so I can save time on filing, you guys. When you do things like this, you don't have to file as much, and that is always amazing. You guys see that I had to really pull that polygel right there. You see it? Okay, so go ahead and throw your finger in the lamp for 60 to 90 seconds, and then come on back. It is time to start filing, you guys. So as you can see, we have this glossy finish. I'm going to take a piece of paper towel with alcohol, and I'm going to get this matte look. That's how I know that the tacky layer is now removed off of the nail. So I'm going to go in with my Jumbo 8080 grit file. Please remember to check any items that you guys want. Please check the Amazon link I have down below for my what's it called, the idea list, and I have all the products that I use there, so you guys do not have to worry. Okay, so you guys just want to make sure you're taking your time and you're filing your nail. Hand filing is the best, but I personally do both. I hand file, and I use my what's it called, my e-file to file as well. So you guys see that I flip the nail different angles. I will get any kinks or any imperfections out, and I went back with my sanding band. Okay, but actually we're going to take the sanding band out this time. We're going to go in with a ceramic bit. Now, I don't use ceramic bits often, but when I do, it's in certain occasions, or maybe I feel like I want that type of bit at that moment. So this isn't my favorite bit. It's not the worst bit. I still obviously use it. Okay, so I go around the cuticle, and this is also a safety bit, so I want you guys to also remember that. Okay, and when I'm filing, my hand is very light, little to no aggressive real pressure. but I also have my RPMs at about 10 to 15,000. So that's where I'm currently comfortable. And then I always analyze my nail. And you see how I smooth it out on the top? Very lightly. And then I'll pull it up. At the tip of the nail, you always want to kind of subtract some product just in case it's a little bulky up there. You want to make sure you get that anatomy of that nail correct. Okay, you guys see that? Sharp. So now you guys see that I switched from the ceramic to my zebra print, my zebra sanding band, only because I like the smoothness that it gives my nail. And when I go into buff, it's not as much work. That is a hack for you guys, okay? So I'm gonna go in again with my nail file, and I'm just sharpening up any imperfections again. You guys, like, literally shaping is something that takes time, okay? Like those 5 shapes that y'all like, it takes time, and it takes experience to actually get faster, okay? So I'm going in with my buffer, and I'm buffing that nail, honey, okay? So I go in, and I always make sure the sponge part is facing your client, just because sometimes the buffers can cut the skin or, irritate it or something. Okay, right here I'm just using Tammy 8 Plus Top Coat, not because it's my favorite, not because it's the, you know what I'm saying, it was just there at that moment. And I just picked it up and was like, ooh, okay, we're gonna use this. So I'm gonna put this under the light for 90 seconds. And you guys will see the end result in 1 second. Oh, that's fat already. Oh, okay. Like I said, 90 seconds for that cure. You go ahead and take that nail. Okay, so once you guys have that nail taken out of the lamp, you are officially done. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.